Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Hope you're having a good day, hope you're having a good Thursday, whatever it is that you're up to, if it's work, if it's gym, if it's dog walking, if it's hitting some golf balls, whatever it is, hope you're enjoying it. Got a really good video today surrounding sort of the winger situation with Pedro Neto, Roony Bardghji, Nico Williams, Rafinha, so plenty of really good, interesting stuff to get into in this this article that I'm going to go through. I just also want to say apologies for missing in action. There's just been some building work going around, sort of around the area, and it is being crazy loud, even with doors shut, windows shut, all that stuff. It's been a bit mental, so apologies for that. Also, I'm going to talk a little bit about a new thing that I'm going to be bringing to the channel, which some of you may like, some of you may hate, some of you might find a bit odd. So what that is, really quickly, I'll tell you about it, is I'm going to be looking to start up a like a FIFA career mode of Spurs, where we'll sit there, we'll chat, we'll talk about how I'm rubbish at FIFA, and just something a bit different. Because I know, obviously, through this period of the season now, it's a bit quieter when it comes to transfers. You know, it's obviously February 29th, happy leap year. Obviously, now it's still got March, April, May. It's still a long time, but yeah, we'll be doing that shortly, so I'll let you know a bit closer to time when I do it. And I just want to say, if you're also new, subscribe. You're very much welcome to join us. And let's talk this article. And it's surrounded by Pedro Neto. And it does go on to mention the other wingers. And I do kind of want to just sort of sift through a little bit of this information. So it came from Team Talk, and it is exclusive that Team Talk have been told that Tottenham have a good chance of securing the signing of explosive Wolves winger Pedro Neto ahead of North London rivals Arsenal this summer. So, on the face of things, really good news. Really exciting news. This is a guy that I think the majority of us want. I think majority is fine. So if he's not, top of your list, he's normally in the top three of the wingers that you may want, or attackers that you may want. He's going to cost a lot of money, right? We all know that. It's going to cost a lot of money. It's not going to be a cheap deal. It's not going to be a Spurs kind of deal where other teams might pay 80 million, but we've paid 65. I think it might be a deal that can reach 80 though. So, with add-ons and, meeting markers of what he's going to do for Spurs and what have you. I think we've seen the last, I'd say, month or two, I think it's fair to say, we need a guy that's going to consistently run at fullbacks and look to beat them, Kulusevski's quite tricky and nimble in some regards, but he can't, go around the outside of players enough. Johnson's lacking a bit of confidence, which I think can come back. And if it does, I think you have a winger there that could potentially do that. But you really would probably want that to be on the right wing more than the left wing. We look at Brian Hill. That's not his game whatsoever. Timo, I've seen it a little bit from Timo, but this article might tell you something about Timo's future at Spurs. I'm probably missing other wingers. Solomon's more of a trick you inside, cut inside, use his right foot. So the article reads, Tottenham to barge Arsenal aside with Postecoglou to ditch January transfer signing and destroy Arsenal Arteta plan to sign explosive winger. So let me read on. However, another on the radar is electric star Pedro Neto, who is enjoying a brilliant season under Gary O'Neill, has 3 goals and 9 assists to his name so far. His form has got the attention of Arsenal, with Mikel Arteta a huge admirer and seemingly desperate to poach the 23-year-old to the Emirates Stadium. But in recent days, it is Tottenham who are rumoured to be strongly on his trail, and now a move to N17 has been talked up by 2 different sources. So look, that's really exciting news. I think it's fair to say that, we are sitting in a position of strength. We are sitting in a position of showing that he's our guy. Like, you know what I mean? When you can sit there and show, you're our guy, we want you. You have it at work. Think of your office space. If your manager goes, look, you're my guy. You're my number one salesman. You're my number one customer service person. We want you to, go up the ladder. We want you to do a bit more. You sit there and you go, oh, me? Oh, nice. Yeah, I am. I am that guy. I'm him. But it makes you feel good. And if you can show it to a potential signing, it makes him feel good. So It reads on, Pedro Neto is someone on their radar, from Dean Jones. He said, Rafinha's been mentioned as well. Nico Williams at Atletico Bilbao is another player they're continuing to monitor. It'd be very interesting. Pedro Neto will be a very difficult one to get because of the competition that there will be to actually sign him, which is fair enough. I'm not sitting here and thinking that we're going to sign Pedro Neto like a breeze. It's just going to happen. Puh. There he is. We'll get you in a couple of weeks, mate. Don't worry about it. Enjoy your summer holiday. No, it'd be one of those that you'd already be speaking to agents now. Doesn't mean you're poaching. Doesn't mean you're trying to sign him. But it's more like, look, if we were to want Pedro Neto, would Pedro Neto want us? You know, there's no point going in for a player that's like, I'm not interested. You played Football Manager or Championship Manager or FIFA or LMA Manager. That's the other one. That's an old school one. You know, if a player's not interested, half the time there's no amount of money you can throw at the guy for him to actually want to come. And if he does want to come because of the money, you're throwing so much money it breaks your wage budget. So you do these due diligence checks anyway, right? With Nico Williams, I don't see it. I think he'll stay in Spain, to be honest. With the situation with Ivan Toney out at Brentford, you know, there's teams that want him. I think Arsenal and Chelsea will want him. I think that will kind of take them a little bit away from the Pedro Neto market because you're not expecting Arsenal to sign Neto and Toney. You'd probably see him sign maybe one of them because these boys are probably going to cost about 75, 80 million each. You're not seeing them spending on two players without selling a lot of others. So I think Spurs are in a position where they kind of go, we're not going to be in the Ivan Toney market, we're going to be in the Neto market and we're going to be active in that market. And that will make him want you. But we'll see what happens from that regard. I want to talk about Roony Bardghji, and it came from Romano, who said that Roony Bardghji's strange case for one of the best talents in Europe, from being top scorer with 10 goals for Copenhagen to 0 minutes in the first games of 2024. The reason is Bardghji has no intention of signing a new long-term deal from the summer. He will only have 18 months left of his contract, with several clubs monitoring him. Obviously, one being us. We know that we're a monitoring club. We know that we want him. He knows he wants us. It's that situation. Now, let's put a hypothetical. Let's say you go and get Pedro Neto, who's going to cost 70 million. Now, Spurs have got plenty of other holes. Need a backup keeper. Need a backup left back. Need a backup right back. Need another centre back. Need another centre midfielder, even with Lucas Bergvall coming in. Then you look at the attack and you think, well, Sonny and Richarlison, that might be good enough for the striker position. Okay, well, that's good enough for the striker position. That's fine. That means you're removing Sonny from the left wing position. Now, you might really like Solomon, which is fine. You might really like Solomon. You got Johnson, you got Kulusevski, and you got Brian Hill, which I expect the Brian Hill to move on. Let's say Werner doesn't sign. I think you would have to get Neto and Bardghji. I genuinely think you'd have to get two. Because you're probably going to let Brian Hill go. You might not sign Timo Werner, because there's been reports that they're expecting to be signing him. They're not expecting to be signing him. We don't really know. I just think let's just see what he can do first and foremost. He's not really had a chance to really show Spurs what he can do. Let's just wait and see. I do expect him to start against Palace, though, by the way. I do expect that. So you would need a winger. You'd need two wingers, actually. In theory, you would need two wingers. Because I think you'd have a Alejo Veliz who could play a bit striker. But I don't want to go to a situation where we get one winger and go, that's enough. Well, Solomon's already shown he can pick up some pretty big injuries. Kulusevski misses time through illness and suspension. Johnson's missed time through injuries. Son's missed time this season because of national duty, but he misses time through injuries. Richarlison has missed time this season through injuries. So you can't go into the season going, two strikers, two wingers each side. It's not going to be enough. You're going to need a Alejo Veliz. You know, you're going to need another winger on top, because you're bound to be missing one at least every single week. And that's why I think you sign both. If you do go for them both. Just saying. Just want to say, if you just for the end of the video, hope you enjoyed. Drop a like on the video if you did. Hit me in the comments section below your thoughts and feelings about Neto being potentially the number one guy and Spurs having a good chance at him, as Roony Bardghji and his situation and all that jazz. Subscribe if you're new and hit the notification for more. Better guys than the video. I'll see you all very, very soon. Take care, guys.